Alright, you guys, welcome back. We are going to take you along today for another update on our plants. This time we're going to look at some of the flowers and grasses that we planted. So I'm going to flip you guys around and we're going to talk about them and what worked, what didn't, and we're going to take a look at how things are going so far. Okay, so this first tray is looking a little bare. Over here we had the golden pampas grass that we started and none of it came up. So I'm going to go ahead and move on with my life here, and we're going to start something else in these cells so that it's not a waste of space. Over here we have the stipa grass that we started. This was new for us this year and it looks awesome. I'm very excited about this. Next we have the twisted decorative grass that we started, and very sparse. It didn't come up quite as well as the other grass. It's these few rows here, but there are some healthy looking plants, and it's kind of neat because you can kind of see, let's see if I can get you close enough to that, but you can kind of see how it's a little squiggly, I guess would be the word I would use to describe it, but it's going to be a twisted leaf that'll spiral, so that's really neat. This next thing I have labeled here is Purple Majesty, which is this right here. This longer grass is the Purple Majesty. But I noticed that I have a whole row of something here that is germinating, and I have no idea what that is. So I'll have to go back and watch my own video, but it's coming up. I just don't know what it is right now. I obviously mislabeled something when I was doing this. And then the last thing we have over here is sage, which all looks good. I'm happy with that. So over on this side, we are going to start today some purple fountain grass. Now I just harvested the seeds from my purple fountain grass that was store-bought from last year, and I just went and did that. They've been outside all winter and it's dead, obviously. So I harvested some seeds from that, and let me show you what those look like. Okay, so here's what the seeds look like once I pulled them off the plant. Ignore my dirty hands, obviously I've been in the plants today. But we're going to go ahead and seed those into those empty spots and see if we can start our own purple fountain grass. I love the purple fountain grass in pots, but it's, you know, it gets expensive to buy one of those every year. I think last year we paid $11 for one plant, so I'd be very happy if I could start my own. I'm just going to tuck that in right below the soil surface. I'm going to do a couple per, just in case, kind of the same that we've done before. I might have to get a little tool here because this soil is very moist and it's wanting to stick to my fingers, which I don't mind, but the seeds are coming with it, so. Okay, so our seeds are in there. Definitely not my best work, but the important thing is it's making good contact with the moist soil. So I'm going to get these back under the grow lights, and once I get them labeled, of course, I want to change that label out. And we'll make sure that those cells don't dry out until, well, they don't need to dry out at all, but especially when the seeds are still germinating, we want to make sure that soil on the end there stays nice and moist. So we're going to get these back under the lights, and then we'll take a look at the next tray. Okay, so the next tray we're going to take a look at is these herbs and our yarrow. The yarrow looks great. I definitely seeded it in there very closely, which is okay. Soon I will probably split those out and do what's called up potting and give them a bigger container and spread them out a little bit, but those look great. As you can see, chives, not so much. The chives that I had, the seeds I had were just cheap store-bought, and they were a couple years old. So I'm actually going to get some new chive seeds and start over because I did 2 plantings of them and none of them came up. So obviously the seeds aren't any good. And then I have curled parsley, which all looks great. It's probably close to being ready to pot up and give that some more room as well. So for the this little strip where the chives were, I'm going to put in some milkweed seed that I saved from last year. So this has been in our fridge. It's very messy, as you can see. This has been in our fridge all winter. And these little pods come off the plants. The milkweed plant is really important for your monarch butterflies. That's what they lay their eggs on, and the caterpillars use that as a food source. So I always keep them around the garden, and this year I'm going to go ahead and start some more. So I highly recommend that everyone have some milkweed in their yard just to feed your monarchs. But we're going to seed some of these. They're so cool. This is so soft and they're light. So they're fun, but they come in these pods, and we're going to seed that those few rows with milkweed, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. So let's see how much of a mess I can make with these. Show you what these pods look like. You guys, I'm just going to make a complete mess. So here's what those pods look like. They're all dried out, and they open up, and then the wind will carry these seeds. But I saved them in the fridge to kind of give them a false winter, which is called stratifying. So I'm gonna make some room here. Excuse me, everybody. And again, this soil is pretty moist, so I expect this to be kind of a pain, but that's okay. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just need to make sure that the seed makes good contact with the moist soil. And we'll be in good shape. So I'm just going to dibble a little hole in there. And let's see if I can do this without having to chase these guys all around. Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can just rip there we go. Rip the seed off the fuzzy part. We don't need the fuzzy part. This is a little more tedious than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. Just gonna, oh, he wanted to fall off. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. Again, I'm going to seed generously, just in case. This would be a fun thing for kids to do, I feel like. I am not having fun. Well, if you buy some plants from me this spring and you notice some fuzzies on your plants that you buy, you'll know where they came from. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is just going to be all over my house. It's sticking to me. It's on my clothes. Let's see if this will make it any better. I just take them right out of here. I doubt it, but we're going to try it. Oh gosh. Maybe. Let's see if we can get some of those seeds off. No. The answer to that question was no. Yeah, Mother Nature can do this way better than I can. It's, as is true with most things, but we're making progress. Barely. But we're making progress. This one isn't even open yet. So we'll crack this guy open and see what he looks like. I'm just throwing them in the general area, and then once I get the seeds that I want, I'll spread them out. Taking them right out of the pod seems to be working much better. So note to self for next year is to harvest the pods that are still closed, as long as they germinate well. So I'm probably not making a very good case for people to grow this plant, but it is pretty. You can buy them. You can order them online, and then we'll have some, hopefully, if this all goes as planned, we'll have some at our seedling sale as well. So you don't have to torture yourself with this process. Okay, I'm happy with that. There's quite a few seeds there. And then I'm just going to take them and spread them around. They still want to stick together. Actually, there's quite a few here. There's plenty. Well, we're not going for perfect, so that's good. So much fuzz. I was saying in one of the last videos that people sometimes get intimidated by thinking, you know, I don't have the knowledge, or where did you learn this stuff? I could, you know, I don't know enough to start a garden. And stuff like this makes me laugh, because it's like, well, does it look like I know what I'm doing? Because clearly I don't. But that's okay. This is an experiment. Like I said, we're not going for perfect here. I've got those in pretty good contact with the soil and spread out. So I'm probably going to just do another light dusting of soil on top just to get those covered up, and then get that watered in. Take our label off here. Take the label off and relabel. Look at this, you guys. Just Sendolant rollers, okay? This is madness. So I'm going to get that labeled, get another layer of dirt on, and just give it a little mist, and then pop that back under our lights. And yeah, we'll check on it in a little bit and see how that goes. I'm hopeful that that works. I'm hopeful that I get a lot of plants and can fill my garden with milkweed and never do that again. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. I will do it again, but maybe a different strategy next time. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to put everything away and go ahead and start vacuuming all of those fuzzies up. That's going to make quite the mess if I let that go. And we have dogs, so it's everywhere, you guys. It's everywhere. But anyway, so we're going to get cleaned up, and thanks for following along as always. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. That's the best way you can help us. And we'll catch you on the next one.